Jacques, your waiter for us this evening. Would you like the booster chair?
No, thanks, I'm fine.
May I take your order, madame?
I hope a lot of people come and say hello.
Is it still a pinch me moment that you have fans right around the world? You're the
You know what?
definition of
It
cool.
is amazing. I had a dream.
Happy Days, the legacy of an era. From January 1974 to September 1984, a family entered millions of American homes and captured hearts around the world. Happy Days wasn't just a sitcom, it was a cultural phenomenon that defined a generation. Are you enjoying this story? Happy Days, 1974 to 1984? Then help the channel with your subscription. Look, 94.8% of the people who watch these videos are still not subscribed to the channel. If you were part of that group, take the chance and subscribe now. It's free, and that way you'll keep receiving amazing stories from TV shows we still miss. Oh, and don't forget, at the end of the video, you'll find more stories like this one. Honestly, after seeing all those perfect white smiles, I had to find out the secret. It's in the pinned comment. Check it out after you finish the video. During its 11 complete seasons, the series accumulated considerable critical acclaim and generated several spin-offs that expanded its universe. Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy, Joanie Loves Chachi, and even Saturday morning cartoons. Among the most beloved characters was Arthur Fonzarelli, affectionately known as the Fonz or simply Fonzie. At the center of Happy Days was Richie Cunningham, played by Ron Howard. For many, Howard was already a familiar face, having grown up in front of the cameras as young Opie Taylor in The Andy Griffith Show. Howard grew up immersed in the world of television and film from the tender age of 2, when he made his uncredited debut in his father's film Frontier Women. Besides taking on the role of Opie in 1960, he is also fondly remembered for his portrayal of Winthrop Peru in The Music Man in 1962, a role he played with a lisp. His first venture into directing came with George Lucas's American Graffiti in 1973, a film steeped in nostalgia. The success of this project played a significant role in producer Gary Marshall's decision to cast him as Richie in the Happy Days pilot, which initially aired as part of Love American Style before becoming its own series. Despite the immense success he experienced on Happy Days, Howard made the decision to leave the series after the 7th season to pursue his aspirations of becoming a filmmaker. His directorial debut came in 1977 with the low-budget film Grand Theft Auto, which he co-wrote with his father. He also directed several TV movies before helming Henry Winkler in Night Shift, 1982. Today, Howard is one of Hollywood's most respected directors. Marion Ross brought to life the matriarch Marion Cunningham throughout all 11 seasons. Her character was the pillar of decorum for the family, insisting on addressing people by their full names. No room for nicknames, unless, of course, you were Chachi. Marion's television journey began with a 1953 episode of Cavalcade of America, leading to numerous subsequent appearances. Among them was her regular role in the series Brooklyn Bridge, created by Family Ties' Gary David Goldberg, where she portrayed Sophie Berger from 1991 to 1993. After that, she graced screens in shows like The Drew Carey Show and Gilmore Girls. Marion even contributed her voice to animated children's programs such as SpongeBob SquarePants and Handy Manny. At 95 years old, she resides in California, relishing her role as the proud mother of 2 accomplished entertainers. The patriarch Howard Cunningham was portrayed by Tom Bosley, who took on the role after Harold Gould played him in the Love American Style pilot but departed for another project. Bosley appeared in all 255 subsequent episodes of Happy Days, establishing his character alongside Fonzie as the only ones to achieve such a feat. After the sitcom, he starred in Murder, She Wrote and Father Dowling Mysteries, representing just a fraction of the extensive list of credits he accumulated during his 55-year career. Bosley's true passion as an actor was in theater, marked by his Broadway debut in the 1958 production The Power and the Glory. His theatrical repertoire included Catch Me If You Can, 1965, Beauty and the Beast, 1994, Cabaret, 2002, and the national tour of On Golden Pond, 2006. Along with several Happy Days co-stars, he initiated a multi-million-dollar breach of contract lawsuit against CBS, alleging non-payment of revenue due according to their contracts. After lengthy negotiations, the parties reached a settlement of approximately $65,000 for each actor. Bosley's life came to an end in 2010 when he tragically passed away at 83 due to complications from a lung infection. His funeral gathered several of his Happy Days castmates who paid tribute to the man who was for so long the paternal heart of the series. Erin Moran, known for portraying Joanie Cunningham in both Happy Days and the short-lived spin-off Joanie Loves Chachi, underwent a transformation before viewers' eyes. She first collaborated with the show's creator, Gary Marshall, in his film How Sweet It Is at the tender age of 8. Erin's early years were marked by a busy acting career, with appearances in 18 different projects before taking on the role of Cunningham at 14. Following her notable successes as Joanie Cunningham, Moran's acting career declined. Marion Ross revealed in an interview that Erin struggled to cope with fame, having unstable and unsupportive parents. Over time, Moran succumbed to the pressures and self-destructive tendencies that have plagued numerous young actors. In her final years, she dedicated herself to caring for her mother-in-law in a mobile home park in Indiana, where she resided with her second spouse. Moran's life ended devastatingly in April 2017 when she passed away at 56 due to complications from stage 4 throat cancer. According to reports, she was found unconscious at her home and, despite the efforts of emergency services, could not be revived. Her premature death touched fans and former castmates who recalled her joy and talent. Anson Williams portrayed the character of Patsy Weber on the sitcom. Before Happy Days, Williams was simply a student who led his school's track team while also participating in school productions as an actor. Interestingly, his full name is Anson William Heimlich, and his uncle happened to be Dr. Henry Heimlich, renowned for his contribution to helping countless choking victims in restaurants through the Heimlich maneuver. Following the conclusion of Happy Days, Williams transitioned directly into directing. In this role, he directed various successful TV programs ranging from Melrose Place to Beverly Hills 90210, Baywatch, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Lizzie McGuire, and more recently, 31 episodes of The Secret Life of the American Teenager. He wrote his memoir entitled Singing to a Bulldog, From Happy Days to Hollywood Director and the Unlikely Mentor Who Got Me There. Williams is currently 74 years old. Scott Baio portrayed the character of Chachi Arcola, Fonzie's nephew who became Joanie's boyfriend and eventually her husband. His debut role was as the protagonist in the 1976 film Bugsy Malone, a timeless gangster musical featuring an all-child cast, including Scott and Jodie Foster. Chachi's iconic catchphrase, "wah wah wah," originated from Scott Baio's habit of always asking what. He also appeared alongside Erin Moran in the spin-off series called Joanie Loves Chachi, following which he landed leading roles in other beloved TV shows like Charles in Charge and, alongside Dick Von Dyke, Diagnosis Murder. Currently, Scott Baio, aged 63, resides with his family and daughter and is actively involved in politics, particularly with the Republican Party. Al Molinaro portrayed Al Del Vecchio, the diner proprietor who took over from Pat Morita's Arnold after season 3. He embarked on his acting journey later in life, having previously worked in collections and real estate. When he made the switch to acting, he made his debut in a 1969 episode of Don Adams' Get Smart, followed by 73 appearances on The Odd Couple, where he portrayed Murray the cop. During his time on The Odd Couple, he established a professional relationship with producer Gary Marshall, which led to his casting as Al on Happy Days. Following the conclusion of the sitcom, Molinaro landed one final significant role on the sitcom The Family Man, before transitioning to a career in commercials for the remainder of his professional life. Molinaro had an extraordinarily long life and passed away on October 30, 2015 at 96 in a Glendale, California hospital due to gallbladder complications. His final years were lived with dignity, and he left behind a son, Michael, from his first marriage. Pat Morita returned to his role as Arnold. Morita then portrayed Tommy Tanaka in the television movie Amos, featuring Kirk Douglas, earning his initial Primetime Emmy Award nomination and second Golden Globe Award nomination for this portrayal. He authored and starred in the romantic film Captive Hearts, 1987, set during World War II. Morita lent his voice to the character of the Emperor of China in Disney's animated feature Mulan, 1998, and reprised the role in its direct-to-video sequel Mulan 2, 2004, as well as in the video game Kingdom Hearts 2. Morita's struggle with alcoholism was an ongoing battle throughout his lifetime, a demon he was never fully able to reconcile with. In his final days, Morita's health deteriorated significantly. He passed away from kidney failure triggered by a urinary tract and gallbladder infection on November 24, 2005, at his residence in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the age of 73. His remains were cremated at Palm Green Valley Mortuary and Cemetery in Las Vegas, Nevada. Morita's death prompted a wave of tributes from the entire entertainment community, including many of his Happy Days colleagues. Heather O'Rourke portrayed Heather Pfister, Ashley Pfister's child. Initially, she doesn't have a good relationship with Fonzie, but gradually comes to see him as a fatherly figure. In a modern interview with American Premiere magazine, producer Steven Spielberg described his search for a serene 4-year-old child, every mother's ideal, for the lead role in his horror movie Poltergeist, 1982. While dining in the MGM cafeteria, Spielberg noticed 5-year-old O'Rourke having lunch with her mother, while her older sister, Tammy, was filming Pennies from Heaven. After his meal, Spielberg approached the family and offered O'Rourke the role in Poltergeist. She was signed the following day instead of Drew Barrymore, who went on to play Gertie in E.T. the Extraterrestrial. The young actress's life was tragically cut short. On January 31, 1988, O'Rourke began showing flu-like symptoms. The next morning, she collapsed at her home and was rushed to Community Hospital in El Cajon. During transit, she suffered cardiac arrest, but paramedics managed to revive her heart at 9:25 a.m. She was then airlifted to Children's Hospital of San Diego, where doctors discovered she had intestinal stenosis and required emergency surgery. Although she survived the operation, she experienced another cardiac arrest while in the recovery room. Medical staff performed CPR for over 30 minutes, but O'Rourke was pronounced dead at 2:43 p.m. that afternoon. O'Rourke's cause of death was determined to be congenital stenosis of the intestine, complicated by septic shock. She was only 12 years old. No character captured the hearts of fans like Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli. Henry Winkler brought to life the leather-jacketed bad boy who, with a snap of his fingers or a tap on the jukebox, made girls swoon. Fonzie, the epitome of cool, was not just a rebel, but also a compassionate anti-hero, serving as a guardian angel to Richie Cunningham and his friends, always standing up for justice. Winkler's background and early career were rooted in theater, from his days at Yale to various stage productions, including those on Broadway. Despite starting in television with commercials and independent films like The Lords of Flatbush alongside Sylvester Stallone and Perry King, Winkler eventually succumbed to his agent's persuasion and moved to Los Angeles, albeit with a persistent passion for the stage. Throughout his illustrious career, Winkler accumulated a collection of accolades, including 2 Golden Globes in 1977 and 1978 for his portrayal of Fonzie in Happy Days, and a Primetime Emmy for Best Supporting Actor for his role as interim professor Gene Cousineau in Barry. Are you enjoying this story, Happy Days, 1974 to 1984? Then help the channel with your subscription. Look, 94.8% of the people who watch these videos are still not subscribed to the channel. If you are part of that group, take the chance and subscribe now. It's free, and that way you'll keep receiving amazing stories from TV shows we still miss. Oh, and don't forget, at the end of the video, you'll find more stories like this one. Honestly, after seeing all those perfect white smiles, I had to find out the secret. It's in the pinned comment. Check it out after you finish the video. With or without Fonzie, Winkler's career has always exuded a sense of cool. Happy Days left a lasting legacy on American pop culture. The series not only portrayed 1950s nostalgia to a 1970s audience, but also created unforgettable characters that continue to resonate with viewers decades later. As time passes, the cast inevitably diminishes, with several members having already departed. Their deaths remind us of life's impermanence, but also of the permanence of the impact their characters had on our collective culture. As we look back with nostalgia, we also look to the future, where the spirit of Happy Days continues to live in our memories and hearts. Sunday, Monday, Happy Days, a timeless celebration of family, friendship, and the quintessential American dream.